Hello, everyone. Ellen Campbell here with Campbell's Creation. Today I'm just sewing some blocks, scraps, pieces, strips that I have together, and I'm just going to start sewing. I have a little time on my hands, so I got to do something with myself. And the something I choose to do is sew. Some of these are just scraps leftovers where I'm just gonna get myself around here, get situated, and I wanted to have everything where y'all can see the machine. Yeah. I'm gonna be finger pressing open my seam until I can get to the iron. I have a few of the blocks already done, but I want to see what a quilt gonna look like. I want to try something different with these scripts and scraps. My granddaughter would be helping me, so she's not feeling too good today, so she's home from school, and I'm not gonna bother. I want her to get her rest so she can go get her education. All right. Hello, Denise. How you doing? I'm glad you can join me. I'm glad you was able to catch me on the live. These are just some strips of fabric. I don't know if they the exact same size or measurements, but I'm putting them into a quilt. I better do it from this side, I guess. Sometimes I have to lift my fabric to get that seam to lay right. And normally if I just use this machine and lay it up there and take my wooden press. Hi, June. Good morning. How are you? I'm glad you could join me. I have a little while in between school time and my grandchildren's is coming over. I have two grandsons that gonna come over with me for a little while, so I wanted to get some sewing in. And I could have made a video, but something said, no, I'll just go live. So here I am. Oh, Denise. Denise says, I'm good, just straightening some fabric before I start making crumb blocks. Oh my goodness, that sounds exciting. That's good. June says she's doing good too. That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Y'all know I ain't supposed to talk too much about the condition I had not too long ago. So there's a lot of more of that can start going on. And I've been reading, visiting YouTube where they saying Canada. I'm on a live, sweetie. You're on a live? Yes. Huh? May I borrow your phone? It's on charge.
I'll bring it back as soon as possible.
Keep it on charge because you know I got my...
It's on 58.
Okay.
I'll bring it back as soon as possible.
Well, I'm surprised she came downstairs. She made it though. Okay, a lot of these are lighter with the reds in them. Ooh, I like that. I want a darker red. Let me see. Oh yeah, here one, here one. These are some strips my niece or my granddaughter or their friends supposed to been sewing for me while I teach them how to put this together. But after I've been sick, I got a lot of stuff I got to put together myself. I have a couple sewing machines that needs repairing. And if I don't start trying to work on something, I ain't going to accomplish anything. Let me see. Joan says, I'm doing dishes before I can sew. Oh, okay. I'm glad I don't have to do dishes this morning. I tell them, you mess it up, you better clean it up. They probably like, why you the grandma? I'm not. Grandma got to the age where you need to respect grandma as a person. You go in that kitchen, you got to think, oh, I don't want to leave this for my grandma to do. And I will appreciate that more. I can remember when I was young at home, I didn't want my mama and dad to do nothing that I could do around the house. If it was something I can do, I did it. My parents was a lot older, and my father was way older than my mother. And that was situations where my mom, she was a diabetic, and I know by her being a diabetic, she was sick a lot. And if dinner had to be cooked, I went in the kitchen, I cooked dinner, I fixed everybody's plate, and I took it to them. I waited on them hand and foot. When they got through eating, I got the plate, took it back to the kitchen, and washed up all the dishes. And as I grew older and older, my mother and father got older and older as well. So even after I got grown, I still used to help my mother and my father. Joan said, okay, I read that already. And my father was very, very old. And my mother was sick and she was older too. And I would just, she got to the point to where she couldn't do their laundry anymore. And by this time, I'm like, I'm a teenager, I'm grown. I got married when I was 16, so I was married to my husband at 16, and we was married for 25 years before he passed away. And I used to ask my mama, you got any clothes need washing? Daddy got any clothes need washing? And at this point, I'm washing on a tub and a scrub board. Well, scrub board. I'm so country, I can't even say it right. Hi, Shaquita Pearson. How you doing? I'm glad you can join us today. I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry if I butchered it. But yeah, I'm from the South too. I love helping my mother and my father, even after I got grown. It seemed like after I got grown, I would still work, and out of my paycheck, I would send my mom and my daddy some money home. They didn't have to ask me for nothing because I knew I had a mama and I had a daddy and they were still living. So I said they were old. They can't go out and get what they used to can do. I sent them some money home. Like if you need something did, you can pay somebody to do it. You ain't got to just rely on yourself. And my daddy was stocky built. He was stocky built just like I am. And my father taught me a lot. I went to the woods. Chiquita says, yes, you said my name. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I used to go to the woods, help my brother. My father and my brother would go out there first and saw down trees and cut them up for heat during the wintertime. And I would go out there when I get home from school and I would bust up blocks. I would bust all the wood up and we would throw it on a trailer and haul it out the woods. And when we get it to the house, we would have to stack it up on the yard. And if there was some big blocks that I didn't get a chance to bust, when I got home from school after it turned cold, I took my time and I bust up every block on the yard and I would stack it up on the carport. And all they had to do was come out the back door and get the firewood they needed for the heater. Because I know my father was old, he couldn't do too much. My mother was old. If she was cold, I didn't want her doing too much. So I did what I could do to help them. I mean, when you love somebody, you have to show them that you love them and care for them. So that's what I did. I mean, I'm not judging nobody and I'm not talking about nobody. I'm just telling y'all a story out of my life. Um, we used to have gardens. My daddy used to call them truck patch. We used to have one small little field area where we plant nothing but greens. We would have turnip greens and mustard greens. And we had so many of them, my father would have us to go out there and pull them and pick them and wash them, clean them up and put rubber bands on them. And he would take them to a market. And I was like, wow, people these days don't think of nothing like that. They need money. They rather try to rob somebody to get it. My dad was like, we worked for what we had, but it was a lesson also. I mean, it was a well-learned lesson. It taught me at a very young age to work for what you want. When you have goals and plans, you got to work for it. So that's why I'm down here sewing and getting stuff together. And I've been watching YouTube a little bit too, y'all. I be trying to keep up with everybody. Denise said thumbs up. Thank you, Denise. I be trying to keep up with all my fellow sewers and quilters. Because sometimes they got an idea that I might can incorporate into something I'm doing. And I like doing a little taste of art quilts too. I just have not did one in a while. I'm sorry if my speech is way off to y'all. I do have some speech issues. So y'all excuse me on that. I didn't get a chance to have speech therapy or anything like that, but it's okay. I'm doing fine. Long as y'all understanding what I'm trying to say or saying, that's what matters, right? I mean, I've been working a long time. I can remember I'm doing them in sets of 5 strips and I just fold them like this because I don't know if I'm gonna cut them up or what. And I have, I have that 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I have 5 of these sewn up. Right now, I don't feel like cutting anything, so I'm gonna lay them to the side and keep sewing. It do me good to sew a little bit. Uh, you know what? I might have to stop. I might be out of bobbin thread. Okay, this is the bobbin thread. This is ooh, how is that down in there? Ooh. I try to be careful with this machine because it lets you know when something ain't right. It would definitely let you know. Okay. Let me check my messages. Okay, no new messages. I'm just sewing them together. I guess when I get done, I thought about making some blocks, but then I want to throw in a twist to the block, and I ain't quite figured that out just yet. How I'm gonna throw the twist to it. But this machine kind of sews fast like the Juki, and I could sit here and if I mash on it, it'll just go, go, go. I have to be careful though because I have sewn my finger. Anybody ever sewed their finger before? That is one painful thing. You don't want to sew your finger. It took my finger a long time to heal. I forgot I didn't wind me no extra bobbins. So whenever I run out, I'm going to have to wind some more bobbins. Since both of these kind of light colors, I'm going to put them to this beige looking side. Hi, Mary. How you doing? Ooh. Mary says she sewed her nail off. That's very painful. Just to think about it. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry that happened to you. But you do have to be careful and watch that needle. Because sometimes we feel like, oh, I've been sewing a long time. I got this. I can handle this. And then, I think that was my issue. I was sewing like, oh, I ain't going to sew my fingers. I didn't count the part where I was wearing glasses and had eye trouble. Yep, I should have counted that in. Like, I need to be extra careful. But I was telling y'all about my mom and my dad used to have gardens, and we had a whole greens patch, and then we had a sugarcane garden, and we had vegetable gardens with peas and beans and carrots and onions, and we even had potatoes. We used to have the red skin potatoes. We would plant the eye to them. They would regrow. We had cabbages. We had a strawberry patch. Um, we even had watermelon patch. We had okra. I mean, when harvest time came, we had to work. We had to work, get all that food in the house, get it cleaned and put up. My mama would can it. My daddy would take the sugar cane and he had a mill. I don't know where he get the meal from, but they would grind that sugar cane and make syrup. Am I missing comments? Mary says gardening is a Whole lot of work. Yes, it is. Cause we had like maybe my mom had 9 children in all. But by the time I was a teenager, everybody else was grown and left home. So they left me, my brother, he's like a year or two older than me, and my sister that was 1 year under me. Just the three of us was left at home, and we had it all to do. I mean, not to mention, my dad had hogs, chickens, and for some reason, my mom always wanted to send me to the chicken house to collect the eggs. And I get in the chicken house and look like a big black snake in there want eggs too. I'm like, I can't do this. I come about that chicken house. I go in the house and tell my mama, it's a big black snake in the chicken house eating on the eggs. I can't stick my hand in there. My brother said, wait a minute, I got you. We had shotguns. We had just shotguns lined up on the wall, and he go grab one. Now it was one a 22 shotgun. I didn't mind shooting that one, but my brother went get the one that blow a hole big in the back of the chicken house. I'm like, oh my goodness, killing the snake. I had a lot of experience growing up, a lot of them, but I love them all. As I sit here and think about it, I love it all. Denise says, what did you do with your sugar cane? How do you know the plant is ready to use? You can tell. My daddy took the sugar cane and he had a meal at somebody else's house that he set up, and they had a donkey or something. And he would take the sugar cane to the mill and grind it up and make syrup. I mean, he had like we saved the pickle jars, and he would take the pickle jars and put the syrup in the pickle jars. I mean, we had syrup to last a couple winters. And the way we tell was when the sugar cane was ready was it had a reddish kind of tint to the outer side of it, and you could take it and snap one or lose at the joint. And back then, we did everything by mouth. You take your mouth and bite the skin off the sugar cane, and then you can bite it and chew it, and all the sweet juice will come out. Oh, we just enjoyed that. We had some people had never experienced sugar cane come down and wanted some, so we would go out, take the machete and go out and cut them a stalk, and they would take it with them. Take it with them and enjoy it. I remember those sugarcane days. Even in the hot Mississippi heat, we could sit under a shade tree and just chop on our sugarcane. We enjoyed that as kids. I mean, we wasn't begging for candy. We wasn't begging mama and daddy for money. We had everything we need. We basically had everything we needed. And at a young age, my daddy bought a car for my brother, one of my older brothers, to go to school with. And after he finished college, he went into the military. And after he went into the military, that just left the car just sitting. So my daddy gave me and my sister the car because my brother had a truck. And at a very young age again, I'm like, we learning how to drive, trying to learn to do things. And I guess we were just blessed. We was always willing to help somebody else that needed it. My daddy was a big helper. He used to take people back and forward to the doctor. They didn't have rides or transportation and stuff. And I mean, he was running like every day, every day. Yep. And that's what I can remember, from being a child, growing up with my mom and dad, and some of the trials we went through. Because I remember my mom and dad got behind on our house payment once, and they was upset, wondering how they was gonna pay the bill. And me, my brother, and my younger sister, we would go to school, and on the way back home from school, we would get off the bus over a neighbor's house that it was in walking distance, but it was a nice walk. We would get off and go to their cotton field and pick cotton for them. And once we picked the cotton, at the end of the night, we would get paid. We would get paid that money, and we'll go home. Now, my mama and daddy didn't know we was doing this, so when we got home, we had to explain why we didn't get off that bus. So once we explained why we didn't get off the bus and gave our mama the money, they was all right. And then we told them, we got to do this again tomorrow. We did it a couple weeks until they was done. The fields was clean and stuff, helping them. I enjoyed every bit of it. And when we wasn't picking cotton, me and my sister and my brother was scouting the woods. We was going find different trees and stuff. We would go find different trees where we call them cinnamon trees. We would go to the cinnamon trees and harvest what we can harvest. Yeah, we did, Chiquita. We had a lot growing up because for 1 minute we was the only kids in the neighborhood that had horses. We was riding horses and sharing horses with our friends, and um but I'm saying all this because it was a way. We pick up pecans. We went to pecan trees, pick up pecans, solar pecans and stuff. But every time we would do something to sell and make money, we would get that money to our mama because we know she gonna make sure we got a roof over our head and food to eat. It just did us good to do stuff to help our mama and daddy. We even had yards we had to mow during the summertime. My daddy would go and mow other people's yards. Sometimes the yards be so big it take 2 days. But we did it. We survived it all. We survived it. That's why even right now I have to be careful because I will get into doing stuff and I overdo it. Let me check up on my messages again. Hi, Beverly. I'm so glad you can join. She said, hello, Ellen and everyone from Tennessee. I'm so glad you could join us. My grandchildren will be showing up in they supposed to be showing up right about now. I ain't gonna keep y'all. But I wanted to show y'all what I was doing to pass a little time. This ain't my go-to sewing though. My go-to sewing to pass a little time is the crumb blocks. I like making scrap crumb fabric. Like this. Yeah. Like that. I love doing that. Make it crumb. It do my body good. I done had a little bad news today, but I'll be all right. it ain't life threatening, so I'll be all right. Um, I have a notification popped up in my screen. Let me remove that so I can read the comments. Hi, Vivian. I'm so glad you could join us. Um, it all Mary, it all depend on if they mama give permission for them to be on. But if she don't, I don't put them on the camera. I don't even post them on Facebook because she would get very upset. So I have to respect that. Um, Now Nevaeh, she my granddaughter too. Her mama don't mind if she come on video or camera because she know how to operate this system better than I do. um, Vivian, Mary. Thank you, Mary, for the prayers. Beverly praying for me. Thank you, Beverly. Hi, June. June said that's what I do for a while, and then I have a log cabin. I want to finish it up. Ooh, I bet that gonna be pretty, June. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? I'm glad you can join. Lisa said I figured out my latest favorite part of making quilt tops. I do not like squaring up. Oh my goodness, that's the biggest part. Oh, I'm gonna have to turn this phone off or something. But yeah, squaring up makes it come together easier. That's the best part. I know, right, Mary? Mary smile, laugh. Um, okay. To finish pressing this seam open. It taking me a minute here because for some reason I want that seam to lay a certain way. Now I need one more dark piece. One more. Do I want solid? I guess I will go for, what do I have here? Okay. Wanna do. I love sewing, y'all. My mom started me sewing. Excuse me, everyone, a minute. Let me see, can I mute? Do I know how to mute this thing? Hold on a minute. Um, Let me see. Okay, y'all can hear me again. Y'all excuse me for that. I got so much going on. Whew. I think I'm gonna have to go on and finish this up because my phone won't quit going off, and I got to go to the school and do a pickup. And my grandsons are about to come over if they're not already here. So I don't want them down in my sewing space. It'll be too easy for them to just get on something. and they love climbing. Okay, this is my last one, so I have a few of these made now. Y'all like it? It's sort of like a beigey, white and red and mauve, all through red and white and burgundy and white. But I'm gonna iron these seams again when I go to the iron. So this one is another one made. I forgot how many I had. I'm just gonna go ahead and add it to the collection till I figure out what I'm gonna make. And I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go as well because I got other stuff coming up that I got to do. So I thank y'all for watching my video. And like I said, a lot of this is scraps. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you, Lisa. What's that, Lisa? Vivian. Thank you, Vivian. It was on mute. I'm so sorry. But I was saying I was putting these together. And when I get through, I may have about 20 tops that I need to quilt up. And once I start quilting, I can just sit down and just quilt. Design quilting designs into the quilt with a machine like this. I be free motion quilting on the machine. I don't have a long arm. I have a frame, a wooden frame I had purchased some time ago, but I can't get it to work for me. And I think I had got that from um Ken Lawn. Ken Lawn frame, the wooden frame. And I don't know, was it the strength in my hand? I can't tighten up the screws, or my quilt's too heavy for that frame. I don't know the situation. So I still have the frame sawed up, but I don't use it. Um Mary said, "What's wrong with you?" Well, thank you. Mary said, "You're a great person." Mary said, "Have a great day and be safe and well, everyone." Thank you, Mary. I unmuted it, Mary. I mean, Vivian. Can you hear me now? Okay. It won't let me post like that. Yes. Well, thank y'all for watching my video. And I appreciate y'all stopping by. Have a blessed day. I'm gonna go now. Bye.